Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's two webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the live podcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and as usual, I'm super excited because the closer and closer we get to our June 21st event, I'm getting kind of like some butterflies. I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed excited, if that's even a word, right? So again, thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. You guys have lots of choices of where you could be, but we are excited that you're here with us. We're also going to go ahead and encourage you guys to share the room with a family member, a friend, or anybody that loves God, loves people, and loves real estate. So again, welcome to the live broadcast of the what are we gonna call it today, Shay? Let's be great today. I'm wearing a Let's Be Great shirt, so let's just go there, guys. So again, welcome, man. And again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the absolute place for you to be, because we teach a model that's called independent living facilities. And that is simply where that's an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So if you ever had the vision of starting a home or an assisted living facility, don't do that. Let's do that later on. We want to show you a model that you can literally start tomorrow, because it doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property, and neither do you have to pretend to be a nurse to administer medications. In fact, those are the three major things, Shay, that gets most people in trouble when they're trying to do a model like this. They tip into the areas that get them in trouble to where you should have a license.
Absolutely.
So again, the model that we teach, you do not need a license, because I'm not administering medications, guys. I'm not driving these people around in an 18-passenger van. And I'm also not cooking their bologna sandwich, right? So those are the three major things, guys: cooking, transportation, and medication. When you try to get into that, that's what's going to get you in trouble. And that's why the Forston Consultants have created, in fact, we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, that's an environment where adults, not the teenager, not the pregnant lady with the 3 kids, but where adults, the single male, the single female, is allowed to live and thrive. And thrive is my favorite word, Shay. Thrive means do well. And that they can do that, Shay, in a shared living environment. So if you thought about starting a group home where it took a lot of licensures, you had to buy the property. They talked about a sprinkler system. You got to serve people that are not independent, that need your daily help. That's not what this is. And I hope that you've joined us and we just broke the myth of what you thought, right? We hadn't even got started yet, but that's just the kind of the introduction that I want to give you. God bless you if you thought you needed a license. God bless you if you thought you had to own the property. We're going to tell you in a minute, but my story many years ago was that I was a social worker, barely making ends meet, making $28,000 a year, and I'm begging God to change my life because I want to help people and I want to be involved in real estate. Shay, dummy me, I'm on that job 9 years and God gave me everything I asked for. I asked God, God, I want to help people. He made me a social worker. In fact, he used my wife Shay to trick me to go to college, and I became a social worker. Shay, I had no plans on going to school until you tricked me to go to college. But guess what, y'all? That was in my plan. That was God's plan for me. I don't want y'all to go to a 4-year and get a degree, because the only requirement with this right here, this ILF model, guys, if you got a big heart, you love God and you love people, and you got some patience, this is it. But if you lack patience, you generally don't like people, and God is not a part of your life, because if God is in your heart, that's what brings about the patience and the want to help other people. So I'm going to land my plane here before I get started, Shay. But Shay, simply, if people got a big heart for God, if they generally love people, and you've always wanted to be in real estate, what a genius strategy to get into, because not only is this a business, it's actually a ministry first. Because in the Bible, it says, Shay, that the poor and the needy will always be among us. And we've developed this model that allows ministry, the love of God, people in real estate all into one. And I love to say it like this, Shay. It's like putting it all in a blender. And my family and I, Forston Consultants, we pour it all over the world to show you guys how you can also get into this. And if it's your desire, resign from your job to do it. Now, we coach you when the right time is to do that. But most people that come to us, they want to quit their job and do this. And guys, I did it as well. Now, my wife don't like the word quit because we're not quitters. We resigned. Exactly. But my wife and I both had what we would call corporate America jobs until God showed us this. So again, congratulations. Thank y'all so much for being here. You're in the right place. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, we also want to see you June 21st and 22nd in Orlando, Florida. And that's the ILF conference where we break all of this down, guys. And the slogan is from idea to implementation. So a lot of you guys have the idea of how to do this. Our job, June 21st, is to show you how to implement it. Shay, tell the people how great you are and what you do.
Good morning, everybody. I am Shanye Shea Forston, the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation. And that is a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida, where we take people from women, actually, from homeless to hopeful, utilizing the ILF model. Not only do I run this, do I run the nonprofit organization, I am also a expert consultant here at Forston Consultants, where I show you as a nonprofit organization owner or operator how you can implement the ILF model into your programs and take your nonprofit or even your for-profit to the next level by becoming an independent living facility owner and operator. Derek, I don't know. I know you've been saying it, so I can't say I don't know about you, but I am so looking forward to seeing everybody on the 21st and the 22nd. We've had some amazing meetings this week with so many resources in our area, as well as conversations with individuals that are really geared up and ready to come to this event. And even our speakers, Derek, everybody is so ready to pour into each and every one of you. If you haven't already, go ahead and get your ticket at ilfconference.com. We want to see you in the building, okay? We've got a food tasting coming up, so just know that the food is always going to be on point like it is every year, always. Right? So we are on our way to try it out first. So we'll let you know how that goes. But to all of our family and friends on Instagram, I want to say welcome. Unfortunately, Instagram only gives us 1 hour to go live. And usually these are 90-minute rooms. So if you do want to go ahead and jump on over to YouTube where you don't miss the information, or if you're just popping in, you can always find the replay on YouTube at Forston Consultants. Make sure you put the S on the end of consultant. So it's Forston Consultants on YouTube. So we want to see you over there. Check it out. Ask your questions in the chat and let's get this party started, D.
Absolutely. Like Shay said, guys, we thrive off of questions. So make sure that you guys ask all your questions. Also, if you're new to us, we have a free gift for you. Absolutely. No different from when you visit a brand new church and they say, hey, if you're new here, raise your hand. Guys, we do the same thing. So if you're new to us, we got an absolute free gift that we want to give to you. And the way you get it is you text the phrase new to 407-326-0086. And I promise you, if you follow the instruction, we got an absolute free gift just to say thank you for being here. And again, to further your education about what this is that we're doing. Also, just simply let me know in the chat, because if it's a lot of family here today, I just kind of want to talk a little bit. But if it's any newer people that have no clue what this is, you guys know we love teaching. And I want to make sure that we honor all the new people and still break this down in terms of what is an ILF. Right. Why would you want to run one? And what is the difference between a group home and shared housing? So if you notice what the title is today, everybody, group home versus shared housing, or group versus shared housing model. So depending on where you're joining from, we just kind of want to point out again today, because a lot of people ask us that. Derek, what is the difference between a group home and a shared living environment? Well, I'll put it to you this way. The traditional group home requires a license. You usually got to get permission from your state, from your government entities. Most of us have heard of ACA. Most of the housing, you have to own it. And depending on what population you're serving, or depending on where you're located, that requires a sprinkler system. That could be $30,000. The shared housing model for most people, depending on where you live at, and remember, guys, we've trademarked it. So we trademarked independent living facility, which is a environment where adults are able to live and thrive, ladies and gentlemen, without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Are we clear on that? Because one thing I don't want to do is go super far and people don't get that. Because if you miss that in the beginning, everything else that I'm going to say is going to sound like baloney. So one more time, the difference between the traditional group home, the ALF, those two, you need a license. There's a lot of red tape to jump through, and you may have to hula hoop depending on what city and state you in. It can take years to get started. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know my story, I used to be a social worker, begging God to get in this game. But I also thought that it required a license. I had no clue that I could just go and get a house.
Yeah.
I can rent it or lease it, then build relationships with social workers and case managers to serve as my funnel system. So when people say, Derek, where are you getting these people from? Guys, that's the funnel system.
Absolutely.
Social workers, case managers, social service providers. Shay is going to show you guys here pictures in just a minute. In fact, Shay, bring them up now if you want to. Shay's got a whole slideshow of literally what we did yesterday and the day before. So if you're not following us on our Instagram and our Facebook, like, I want you to be nosy. Go and see what we're doing. Mimic some of this stuff, guys, because I want y'all to quit y'all job in the next 60 to 90 days. That's my dream for everybody that I run into. Within the first 60 to 90 days of meeting us, I want to either change your perception of what real estate and housing is, housing the homeless inside of that environment, or I want you to be able to quit your job in 60 to 90 days once you get this information. And a lot of people do that. Big shout out to Miss Rita, who literally turned her laptop Friday. And it's got her first independent living facility in under 8 weeks inside of the coaching.
Wow.
How great is that? She prayed to God, just like most of y'all. God, I want to get in real estate. God, I want to help people. And because I run my big mouth so much on this Instagram, on this Facebook, and on this YouTube, it had nothing to do with me. God arranged all of that for such a time as this, ladies and gentlemen. And come to find out, me and Rita go to the same church together and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? Now we're family because of what this model is. In less than 8 weeks of the coaching, she's got a house and just got, I think, her third or fourth client yesterday. Guys, this isn't rocket science in terms of getting it started. What Rita really needs us at is the connections of how she got her house and the connections of how she's filling the house. Now, I'm going to let Shay talk about this because all of this open house you're getting ready to see, this is Shay's facility, right?
It is.
Watch me gear it up for Shay. Shay is a nonprofit organization, ladies and gentlemen. Shay runs the Angela Denise Foundation. And I'm going to give Shay whole intro because I want Shay to talk a long time, so I want to give the intro. Shay was in corporate America, y'all. Shay had no clue what this was. Shay and I married over 10, 11 years.
Ooh.
Sleep in the same bed together, but Shay didn't really know what this was, guys. Shay had a corporate America job. Shay just saw me trying to bust my butt to get into something like this, and then to make a long story short, Shay was like, why not me? And I'm going to let Shay tell her own story about how do you get all of these people to show up to an open house? How do you fill a house once you get it? First of all, June 21st, we're going to give it to you there. But Shay going to break down, what does an open house look like? Why do you have one? Who are you invited? And how do you get to even to make this happen? Yeah. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Let's do it. Shay, introduce yourself one more time for anybody that may have just joined us, and just tell the people who you are, what you do, and talk about all of these pictures.
Absolutely. So I'm Shanae Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida. Man, so this past week, I'm saying the past 3 weeks have been a
Yeah.
whirlwind because of our affiliations with all of these organizations around Orlando and Central Florida. We've been able to really create a buzz and invite individuals in to see our ILFs, and especially this new one that we own, right? And we do a open house, Derek, on every property that we ever open, and that is so that our case managers, our partners, can come and see exactly where they'll be bringing their residents, where they'll be, referring to. What we don't want is we don't want to have people questioning or guessing as social workers or case managers or a care team to wonder if that client or that patient is going to be in a safe space. So what we do is we open the doors to say, hey, I want you to come and see exactly where this individual has the potential to reside, what we provide, and what it looks like, even as it's lived in, right? So for most of you, you've seen us and heard us go through the process of talking about this renovation, this rehab project that we've done on this property. All of my ladies are moved in with the exception of 2 available beds. So just that quick, guys. You see what I'm saying? The keeping the momentum and the word going, and having our case managers a part of the process allowed them to still fill beds while we were in the process of transition, Derek. This is these pictures that you're going to see today was our open house yesterday.
Just flip through them as you're speaking. Yeah.
With one of our providers and community partners, and they sent out every hospital under this umbrella of this organization was represented. So each facility sent out 2 of their case managers to come and walk the property, just hang out for a few hours and just talk to us about what they're doing. They also had interns, right?
Yeah.
So interns
just pause
that
it right there and leave it there for a second.
right
That's
here
the interns. Yeah.
interns that may not get a job at this facility. So this is what I want you to take out of this. These interns are going to depart from this organization and go wherever they're going to go for their work placement, right? And think about what happens. They've created relationship with the Angela Denise Foundation, with Second Chance Housing, with Cozy Comforts, because Cozy Comforts was in the building with us yesterday, guys. So they have resources to take to wherever they're going to go to work, Derek. And these are 3 resources that they never had, or even that organization never had before. And this is by opening the doors of your ILF and being able to show people what it's like to take people from homeless to hopeful in an affordable, clean living environment known as the ILF model, or an independent living facility model. So as you see, these interns are prepping for graduation, and they will be, again, going to other organizations and facilities throughout Central Florida. And guess what contact they already have made? The Angela Denise Foundation, Second Chance Housing, and Cozy Comforts. So think about, we met with how many people? Over 15, 16 people yesterday.
15 case managers were a part of that. Yep.
Right. 15 case managers that all have now a new, not even a new contact, because they have a contact. And just think about how case managers and social workers get into groups, go to conferences, have conversations with one another from different organizations. Think about the seeds that was sown yesterday, in regards to relationship and what we provide. So not only have they seen it, not have they heard about it, they've walked through it, and they have a true understanding of how we operate our independent living facilities. So now this is why we're considered the trusted and the best thing since sliced bread, as Derek would say. Mm-hmm. But this is why we are the preferred vendor in our city, because of the fact that we have an open door. We allow our case managers and social workers to come in. They know that they can treat residents. They can come and do groups. They can come and have conversations. They can do whatever they need to do at our facilities. Heck, if you need a door code, we got you, right? And this is what we provide. We don't have a closed door system where people are not welcomed and they're not allowed to come in and render services. We have nothing to hide in our ILF.
We want to show them.
We want them to feel comfortable. We want them to feel safe. And we want to make
Pause right there for a second before you flip that one as you keep going.
Go for it.
No. I just kind of wanted to jump in and just show the folks again how, the 2 people on the end there obviously shades that beauty on the right end, But the other two on the other
These
end,
two
that
right
married
here.
couple, guys, that's Rita and Ken that you keep hearing us talk about. Because they took the training, because they move at the speed of instruction, they were also introduced to over 15 social workers, and everybody left with their flyer, their phone number, and their contact. So just like that, and I know the word Rolodex is really old, but Rita and Ken now have 15 more people in the Rolodex.
Their CRM, you mean?
And think about it. Most of these social workers are so young, they never heard of the word Rolodex. So I'm kind of dating myself a little bit here, right? But ladies and gentlemen, this is what this is all about. Imagine you sitting on this YouTube channel right now, soaking up this information. You never thought that you could open a program, not renting rooms, not a group home, not an ALF, but you can start an ILF where you can take people from homeless to hopeful, create pathways out of homelessness, and it doesn't require a license.
Yeah.
It doesn't require for you to own the property. Now, thank God for us, we did buy this property. This is the first property that we've ever bought to do the ILF model. Guys, we have tons of rentals.
Yeah.
In fact, through the teaching of this through Forston Consultants, we're in over 33 states now with 333 ILFs. And that's through the teaching of it, not Shay and I. Shay and I got a handful, right? We don't have 330, but it's through the teaching, like Rita and Ken. They're now family. So every time they get one, we just keep adding to that number. Yeah. So just what Saturday I told you about 333, we're at 334 now because Rita and Ken just got a house. And guess who's already looking for the next one? Rita and Ken. Did you read the comments that they did a placement today that's called temporary? Now we'll get into all of that. Yeah. But some people and most of the people that they're going to house will stay forever. Most of the clients that we house, Shay, as you know, Shay, there is no plan B. There is no Uncle Joe. There is no dad or brother-in-law that they can go and live with. So, guys, when you start this and we show you guys literally in June 21 and 22 how to do this, you guys are going to take people from homeless to hopeful. And these are the same people that are praying to God right now today. God, I want a clean place to live. God, I want a clean, safe environment. God is going to mesh y'all together with them. God knows the 4 people that Rita is housing right now, he knew that they were going to be homeless one day. Yeah. God knew that he was going to introduce Rita and I and didn't know that we attended the same church. We're being fed together, guys. Rita had no clue that the way to her to get into this was going to be through some guy that she never met. But thank God for my church and my pastor that just keep running their mouth about what we do in the community. It was like, hey, Derek, so you and your wife do what again? Yep. 7 weeks later, Rita now has a house, 4-bed, 2-bath home, and right now has 4 people that will be homeless on the street otherwise without Rita. And because of open houses like this, and because of the coaching or her being around Forston Consultants, she know what she's doing. She know how to present it. She know what to say. She know what not to say, probably most important. Yep. And they got my personal phone number. In fact, we coached them yesterday. So if you're being coached by us, which is our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, that's one-on-one coaching, right? Now, I said for years that we do not give y'all a bunch of videos and tell you good luck, I hope you make it. But 3 weeks ago, I finally developed a do-it-yourself version because you guys keep asking for it. But aside from the do-it-yourself version, which is also a cheat code, and we'll talk about that, most people that bump into us, they want our ILF Mastery Blueprint, which is the one-on-one coaching. That's where Rita can call me Monday through Friday with any problems, any concerns, any guidance, anything that she needs. Come on, Miss Bobby, 335.
Bobby said 335. That's her.
And she's watching it right now with her husband, which we love because this is a family thing. I told you guys over 2 weeks ago, and I said just about every other week, you guys need to build something that will outlast you. Most of you guys got children and family and all of this stuff. I tell you guys that God and I made a pretty cool agreement where I'm going to live to about 115 years old. Don't get jealous. But guys, when I leave this earth, somebody still should be running Forston Consultants and Second Chance Housing. Because if not, I'm going to be one offended person up there in heaven. Now, I know it's no offense in heaven, but y'all get my point, right? I would be crushed in my soul if I left this earth and this thing that we've built doesn't live beyond me. Right. God, this business is bigger than me. Remember, it's a ministry. Miss Bobby, when you and your husband get into this thing should live beyond you guys. And what just makes people so happy is when they meet us and find out the dream on their heart to start this housing program that they always dreamed about. It doesn't require a license. They don't have to own the property, and they don't have to pretend to be a nurse. You guys see these pictures on the screen? This can be a 4-bed, 2-bath home. It can be a 3-bed, 2-bath home. We're housing military veterans, elderly adults, teenagers aging from the foster care system, women that are escaping domestic violence. Put a number 7 in the chat if you've always had a heart to help the lady that's trying to get out of that bad situation, but she need a nice place to live.
Done.
Come on, guys. Shay, talk about how your program is housing the widow, the needy.
Yeah.
Guys, and again, because somebody gonna say, man, is he a preacher? Absolutely not. I'm not a preacher, I'm not a pastor, and I'm no bishop. But guess what, though? I love God, we love people, and we love real estate. And I told y'all 13 minutes ago that God is genius because he allows us to merge all of this stuff together. Shay, jump in there and talk about your population and who you serve, even though you're nonprofit, Shay, and I'm for profit.
Right. So my population, honestly, it shifts. For at one point in time, I had all elderly women that have either lost a spouse or were going through some family issues and just needed a safe space. I've had women that have escaped human and sex trafficking. I've housed women that have been through domestic violence. And now, like what I'm seeing now with my intakes, Derek, is a new population type. And it's the woman that has the job, that has that has long jobs, long history at work. But again, finances, inflation, all the things that we're experiencing.
Life sometimes, Shay, it ain't always life, just be lifing sometimes.
Exactly. So what we're doing is, the great thing about having a nonprofit organization is I can now build programs around them. Right. And that's something that my team is actually currently working on, because we see the shift, Derek. We see the shift in the population that we can now, again, extend ourselves beyond the for-profit model. I can get donors. I can get donors. I can get grants that'll help me build out the credit repair, that'll help me build out the housing stipend that will pay for the rent while they're under a contract or an agreement to lower their debt. Right. So those are things that I can do a little differently from the nonprofit standpoint that others can't do from a for-profit standpoint. But my population types fluctuate. I have the older female, the widow. I have the individual that has escaped from human and sex trafficking. I have my population is so vast, and like I said, it switches over time depending on what the community needs, and that's pretty much what we do.
Shay, in other words, are you saying that you don't choose your own population? You let the community kind of dictate that?
Absolutely.
What does that mean? Explain to the people, what does that mean?
Exactly that, Derek. If I keep saying I'm only going to take in the woman, the widow that is over 55, 65, 75 years old, right? That has an income, I've boxed myself in. I may get 3 calls for that population, but now I have 7 beds still available, right? What am I doing for the community when the community is calling me for the young lady that just got, was a victim, has escaped out of this relationship that was terrible? Am I going to keep saying, I'm sorry, no, I only take women that's over 65 and they have, lost their husband by a click? No, you don't do that. So you supply a need for the community by doing this housing model. You don't just say, this is the buy box that I'm going to serve, and that be it. Now, one thing I will say, Derek, is you've taught me very well how to make sure that I'm placing people effectively. Right. So, like, prime example, in the house that everybody did a walkthrough of yesterday.
Bring them back up. Bring those pictures back up.
That is not a house that I have women that have been through domestic violence. That's not a house that I've had women that I house women that have been through human and sex trafficking. I'm not going to do that. Right. That would be really, what is the word I want to say? That would be very inappropriate of me. Because now I've taken a safe space and made it a not so safe space. But when I have the population that I'm housing in this home and have the ability to show those individuals that need to come in, I let them come in. But again, this is how we do this, Derek. We literally take people from homeless to hopeful, utilizing this model, and again, providing the necessary accommodations for our community.
Yeah.
We're being a resource in the community.
Yeah. And when Shay says community, I don't want you guys to get all confused about that. That's all of these people that are in this room. Some of these people are social workers. Some of these people are case managers. Some of these people I'll just call a social service provider, but some of these people are also community leaders. One of the big things that Shay and I are really trying to do, and we're actually doing it, we're trying to get this out to mayors, commissioners, city officials, because I don't care where you live at, homelessness is a problem. Why not you be the answer to that?
Yeah.
So everybody that's in this room represents the community, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody from that gentleman with that checkerboard shirt on, the lady with the white blouse on, the lady that I that's a blue blazer, I think, the lady with the orange shirt, everybody in this picture, as Shay keeps scrolling, these people are the community. These are where the calls are coming in from. And if you guys know anything about how we run business, most of our businesses are ran by virtual assistants. So meaning a lot of the phone calls that come into Second Chance Housing, the Angela Denise Foundation, most of y'all have talked to Jess. That's one of my assistants who runs my program for me. But again, these are all the people that represent the PATH program, the REACH team, care coordination. I can go on and on and on about all of these, because just in case if you just joined us or you missed it, Shay told you that this is kind of one organization, but probably 30 different hospitals that sent people out from their case management and their social service department. And guess what the key to conversation is every time? Housing, and affordable housing.
I get this many phone calls of this. I have this, like, prime example. I had 3 calls, 3 assessments yesterday from this particular meeting. From this one meeting. Out of the 3, one is a possible candidate. One I was able to give a resource to another partner that has a program that's already created for the single parent. And the other one I gave another resource to because of the sensitivity of their situation. I know that for a fact that this house would not be a successful placement for them. How do I know that, right? Listen, Derek told you I knew nothing about this. I am not a social worker.
Right.
I worked in the operating room,
coaching,
guys.
great coaching.
I know about blood and guts and all of that good stuff. I can walk you through several surgical procedures and be good, right? But when it comes to this field, I was a fish without water, but I was obedient enough to listen to my coach, which is also my husband, and follow the blueprint. And with that, I'm at a place now where I can assess very well. And just like any coaching client, and I'm not just saying this because he's my husband, just like any coaching client, if I have a reservation with a potential resident, I'm going to say, hey, I can't put a pulse on this. Can you help me with this assessment, please? And Derek will jump right in. The same thing with Rita and Ken, right? They know that if they can't put their finger on something, they can call Derek or call myself and say, hey, listen, I have this client. I'm just, something's just not, just not going. And we can do that. We did that last week with another coaching client.
We do it all the time.
Right? So, I mean, these are the things that are benefits to me. And this is how the coaching has helped me. Again, I'm not a case manager. I'm not a social worker. Been in healthcare since I was 16 years old. Never been in that part of the organization of healthcare, right? But at the same time, I know that the need is consistent. As a leader in the healthcare, as I was in the leadership role in healthcare, our meetings from the C-suite were always about placement. The issues that the case management team always had was we can't get them out quick enough. We can't get them out quick enough. There are things called bed board meetings, guys, that are held in your healthcare hospitals, not a social service center, not a mental health organization, but in your regular hospitals. And not, I'm telling you, such a huge percentage of when hospitals don't have beds available, the reason is because those people have nowhere to go. And they cannot, because of the laws that govern healthcare agencies, they cannot discharge that individual to the streets. They can't. So when I say there's a need in housing, all of these social workers, all of these case managers, all of these providers are looking for people like us that they need to refer somebody out to somewhere that is safe, that is clean, that is affordable, and that if they need to get continued services, that the staff is safe and comfortable in being able to go to that facility or that place and render services. So you are a solution to a huge problem when you step into this role.
Absolutely.
The goal is, don't lose sight of the whole purpose for your position in this role. And that is the safety of the resident, the possible safety of the case manager or social worker team, and ultimately that ability of that client that's coming to you, the promise that that person can leave your place and go to something bigger and better because they had an opportunity to be housed somewhere with dignity, that was clean, and that helped make them feel more confident about themselves. So remember that. I just wanted to share that. Derek, back.
Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit ForstonConsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ILFconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ILFconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Thank y'all so much, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all so much for being here. We appreciate it. And Instagram people, don't forget, you guys only get an hour right before they kind of kick you guys out of the live. Make sure that if you're on Instagram, come over to Forston Consultants on YouTube. Also subscribe while you're there and also share it, right? If you haven't shared the room yet, I implore you to do that. Share this with somebody that loves God, loves people, but also loves real estate. And they're trying to combine it all together. Share it with somebody that was trying to start a group home and thought they needed a license. Right? Share it with somebody that's always thought of helping somebody beyond just feeding them. So if you guys to do that, we really appreciate it. Share it to your personal page. Share it with your pastor, your bishop, because again, we push this to a lot of churches as well, especially the smaller churches, to where like that tithe and that offering isn't coming in as it should. For a smaller church, guys, this could be a no-brainer because you could also add to your ministry, and it does a lot of things in one. It adds to your current ministry and the great work that you're already doing in the community, but it also helps with the financial stability of the church to continue to build programs and feed the homeless and all of those initiatives that you guys have. So if you haven't shared this concept to your pastor, you might be missing it. So don't allow your church and your community to miss a blessing simply because you didn't share it. So right back here, I want to give a big shout out to the let me put up, make sure I don't, the Taylor family. So Dan and Nisi Taylor, thank y'all so much for being here. They have 10 people, and y'all know I asked what size TV. They got a 65-inch TV, guys, and we're on their screen right now with 10 of their family members. We love it when you guys do that. So thank you again to the Taylor family, because we always tell you guys, man, share this information with your family, your friends, and your loved ones. And if you just joined us and you're new to us, type in the word new to 407-326-0086. Again, if you're completely new to us, right, we want to just say thank you. I'm streaming on the bottom of this screen the number that you should text for your free gift. And again, that's 407-326-0086. And again, if you have any questions or concerns about this particular model, guys, we love questions. In fact, we thrive off of questions, right? Now, I want to see you in June, but if you got any questions today, my job is to always come here every Monday at 6 p.m., every Tuesday at 6 p.m., and every Saturday at 10 a.m. We come here live every time, 3 days a week, giving this game away. Because I promised God many years ago, God, if you do it for me, I promise I'll go all over the world sharing it with people, and I'll never take any credit. So without me trying to give you guys my whole webinar in one, to make a long story short for the new people, simply, guys, I used to be a social worker, and I always dreamed to be involved in real estate and helping people. And thank God for a great wife who pushed me into college, which actually landed me the job of being a social worker. And that's where I saw the vision at. So, guys, there is nothing new that's under the sun, right? This model that we're doing, there's nothing new about this. God showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month doing this. But guys, she was housing people in rats and roaches. So the pictures that I show you guys of how great this looks and what it should look like, imagine this room right here with no pillow, no sheets, no comforter, and the mattress has got holes in it, and the mattress is on the ground, on the bare floor, and roaches are running in and out of this place. Y'all, this is where my vision came from.
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted. I'm no genius. I didn't think about this overnight. God just used what was already in me, ladies and gentlemen. I loved God. I love people. That's why I was a social worker. I said, God, I want to help people. Well, here's a social work job, Derek.
Yep.
God, I want to be involved in real estate. I said, God, everybody that I know that's well-to-do in life and they're doing good financially, they're involved in real estate some kind of way.
Yeah, some way or somehow.
God was so genius. He showed me a lady that was being mistreated through real estate. He showed me people that were sleeping in rats and roaches and in squalor.
Yeah.
So most of the time, watch this, y'all. I tell people, stop praying for money. God doesn't give any of us money. When we pray for money, God is going to give you an idea, one. Number two, he's going to introduce you to a concept or a scheme or an idea, two. Or three, he's going to put you around people that's already got it.
Absolutely.
To put it in your life. Now, you can quote that. That comes from Derek Forston. When you pray, watch this. God is not going to give you money, ladies and gentlemen. So stop praying for the physical $20 bills to fall from heaven. Because most of the time when you pray for money, God is going to insert an idea, a scheme, or a plan. Number two, he's going to put you around people that already got it, that's been through the bumps, the bruises, and the mistakes. Guys, I've been through the lawsuits, the Channel 8 news. Nobody wanted to teach me this. God was just gracious enough to show me a lady that was making 41 grand a month, mistreating people and rats and roaches. I said, boy, can you imagine what my life would be like as I'm making $28,000 a year if I do this the right way? Y'all do me a favor. Y'all put a number 1 in the chat. If you made $41,000 a month, would that change your life a little bit? I'm gonna be the first one to put that 1 in the chat,
exactly,
Shay.
Right.
Shay, because as a social worker, when I was making 28 grand a year, asking God for the very thing I'm seeing this lady do. And y'all, I'm the dadgum social worker. I'm the one giving all the clients. See, somebody gonna miss that, Joanne. Miss Bobby, are you missing that I was the guy? I was the breadwinner. I was the golden goose. And Miss Bobby, I didn't even know it. Katara, I'm on that job for 9 years before the light bulb came on and said, Derek, what are you doing? You should be the guy on the other side of the fence. And that lady showed me one thing, because y'all, she would never teach me how to do it. That's why I messed it up so bad. And I got $30,000 lawsuits in Channel 8 News. Not because I was malicious like her. I just didn't know what I was doing. But Lord have mercy, when I finally got it, I thought I had it. Do y'all see these pictures on the screen? Somebody just type in the word yes, because I don't want to think I'm scrolling through pictures and y'all can't see it. Can 10 of y'all just type in the word yes, I can see these pictures? Because, guys, when I walked, guys, I took a Saturday just like today. I said, nobody want to teach me. Nobody want to train me. Derek, you the social worker. Just go. You got all the addresses. Katara, I went to house to house to house to house. And back then, they wasn't called what we're calling them. They just say, I rent rooms. no license, no sprinkler system. And the biggest gem, Miss Janine, that she ever told me, Miss Stewart, she says, Derek, you think I own these places? She looked me right in my face, y'all, as I'm begging her to teach us, to teach this. She said, Derek, I don't own these places. Ding, 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 ding. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what changed my life. As a poor social worker making $28,000 a year, Mr. Steve, I said, oh my God, I can't buy a house, but I can surely rent one. Mr. Carlos, what's going to stop me from renting a place, building relationships with social workers and case managers to fill all of these 3 beds? Somebody thinking, wow, he got 3 beds in that one. I absolutely do, Carlos. Because, Carlos, that room is so big, bro. Actually, 4 beds could probably fit, but we just maxed it out with the 3. Because one thing we don't believe in is stacking people on top of each other. So most of the time, you're going to see that 2 beds per room. And then, Carlos, for that military veteran that said, Derek, I don't want no twin bed in to share your room, bro. I'm a grown man, Derek. I'm 39 years old, Derek. Derek, I'm 55 years old. I ain't sharing your room. No problem, sir. We also have private accommodations. So within this one model, Mr. Carlos, there's actually 3 models wrapped up inside of it. So this is called an ILF, right? A shared housing model, co-living, communal living. Yeah. We just went an extra step and we've trademarked independent living facility. That's called an ILF, the exact opposite of an ALF, because I don't need a license. Yep. I don't have to own the property. And Shay, I don't have to call ACA. I don't have to call DCF. Nope. I don't need no permission to do this from anybody. That part. I need a big heart for people. I need to love God. And if I love real estate, game over. Because this is what it is, guys. It's put. Oh, and the reason, Taylor family, because you guys asked this, the reason why I don't need a license, I'm sorry that I didn't say it earlier, because remember, the most important letter in the acronym ILF is the I. Independent. So, Shay, that means I'm not cooking their bologna sandwich. I'm not administering medications. Yeah. And I didn't go and buy an 18-passenger van to drive these people around. They can do all of that, guys, on their own. Yep. Does that make sense, everybody? We're going to take a commercial break, Shay. We're going to be right back. Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information. Require any of that stuff. So Shay, again, back on you. Also, any questions, any concerns?
I have some.
Don't forget, guys, June 21st and 22nd, that's your next opportunity, right? To be around the Forston Consultant family in terms of us putting all the pieces together. In fact, guys, the whole slogan for our June 21st and 22nd event is from idea to implementation. Because we understand through our coaching that we've always seen people that have the idea of it, but they have no clue how to put it together. Yeah. Or when people bump into us and say, wow, you guys do that from the standpoint of not owning the property and no license required and no staff. Guys, I have no staff. Because remember, the I means independent. These people don't need my help. The kind of people that I serve, Shay, they cook their own bologna sandwich. They could cook their own oodles and noodles.
What's up with you and bologna sandwiches?
Shay, they can provide their own transportation through the local bus system or the back of their insurance card. Yeah. And Shay, again, they can cook their own food and they can take their own medications without a nurse or a doctor being involved in it.
Yeah.
That's the reason that we can do this, guys, without a license. And to me, it's the cheat code to starting out in real estate, because to me, and not just because we came up with it, but the shared living model The ILF model is one of the easiest and fastest ways to get into real estate.
Mhm.
Watch this. Just yesterday, through our coaching, we literally helped one of our clients get a 30% equity play in a real estate property
Listen.
that she didn't have to put out no money for. She gets staff and property. Staff meaning a virtual assistant, and the property to do it in with no money out of her pocket.
Nothing.
All that came through our coaching.
The overhead cost everything. That
Shit, I don't think they're understanding.
Derek,
What if somebody walked up to one of you in this room right now and say, hey, I got a property, I own it.
correct.
I want to give you 30% ownership, and I want you to run this place. You
Correct.
put your clients in it, your tenants in it. I'm gonna be in the background. I'm gonna just keep buying you property. You want 30% of this? Who in here would turn that down, ladies and gentlemen? But Tara, you wouldn't turn that down. You wanted the coaching.
What was so powerful about that call last night? And I was hoping
I
you
am
would
so
touch
proud
on
of her
that.
and so proud of that situation.
Listen, like Derek, nobody understands the possibility of this portfolio is over 40 properties. Hello, is anybody
Shay, I don't think they're listening.
testing 1 2? I just wanted to make sure the mic was
Katara, are we loud and clear?
like, can y'all hear me?
Because it's not Mary. Mary. Now Mary local. Mary, are we loud and clear, Mary? Or like is
Like,
my
can you hear
microphone
me?
being like, talk to me, Mary?
30%.
Some of y'all right here trying to get a rental property, just like most of us.
Katara said loud and clear. I just wanted to make sure.
But because she's under the coaching, because of relationship, because of proximity, because she moves at the speed of instruction, and this lady gonna tell y'all about it. Some of it we gonna keep it under wraps until it all kind of. But can you imagine somebody walks up to you right now with a set of keys and say, "Hey, I own this property, and I understand that I kind of want to do this, but I don't have time, and I see that you good at it. Here's the property. I want you to have 30% of it. We're gonna go to my lawyer, and we're gonna tie you into this 30%. All profits and losses and da. No money out your pocket. We're going to give you a virtual assistant, and I'm going to just keep buying you property for you to run it. And here's your 30% split.
It's like the HRA on steroids.
Lord have mercy.
If you think about it.
If Joanne got offered something like that a while ago.
But it was
without the equity.
That's what I'm talking about.
Joanne, I hope you listening to this, because this is what your play was, but there was no equity in your play. In fact, watch this. My ex-landlord, the house that we just moved out of, he offered me kind of the same thing. He got 4 rental properties right now that are vacant and empty. He's struggling. He said, Derek, I finally realized, man, letting y'all go was the worst thing ever. But I want to do what y'all do, Derek. Yeah. Guys, he realized that he really can't do it. He want me to run it now.
Derek, he actually texted me last night.
He offered me similar to what this deal was, but he didn't offer me no equity. Guys, under our coaching, we just got one of our students, guys, 30% equity, and she has to put no money out of her pocket. Do you guys understand that? See the power of real estate?
Oh, Joanne's here. She said,
and the power of proximity, Joanne, just being around this. That's why you guys can't stand not to be at the June 21st event. How did you think Rita got her first house? How do you think Rita got her first 3 clients?
Share that. Let's share that. So Rita came to our open house.
I'm excited now for real.
Not only did she come to the open house, she was hands-on helping us out. Like, thank y'all, Rita and Ken. I know they have to go because they're taking a new client today. But they came to the open house. A property manager of a portfolio of properties was also in the building. They had conversation. The next day, they were out. Well, not the next day, because that would have been on a Saturday, but Monday, they were out looking at properties. And by Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe, they had a signed lease agreement. A signed agreement. This is why we say from idea to implementation. Allow us to bring all of the pieces under one roof. Allow us to put you in a position to have all of the information, all of the access to all of the partners you'll need in this field, and show you how to take that idea of wanting one day to start an independent living facility to now implementing the process with all of the players that need to be there involved. Like, we are making this event a no-brainer to anyone that wants to get into this space. Like anyone that wants to get into this space, you're going to come into a room, you're going to be connected with investors, you're going to be connected with social service providers, professionals, you're going to be connected with realtors, you're going to be connected with all of the pieces of the puzzle. Opportunities to get into investment properties, opportunities to speak and find out what case managers and social
Opportunity to how to get in these properties with no money down. We're going to be teaching you guys the creative way, because guys, I'll admit, like, I didn't have that skill set in the beginning, but we're bringing people.
So powerful, Derek.
Right?
Like one of our speakers for this event, like that is his claim to fame.
That's
like,
what he do.
I know how to get a property and watch me work. Like
seriously. With no money out of my pocket. And again, I'll give a little disclaimer. It's all about relationship. How do you build it? What are you saying? And he's really good at that. So that's called that creative way, creative financing, and creative ways to get into real estate. Because some of us, sometimes finances is what's holding us back. But my coaching student just last night, coaching family member, because I don't call y'all students, she literally, guys, no money out of her pocket. It's finna walk into 3 properties that are already purchased. They're signing Monday morning for her to be 30% part owner.
Derek, can I tell you
no money from her pocket?
But hold on. I don't
think she getting
the
coaching from us, so we're gonna fill all those houses with no problem.
Hold it, Derek. Derek, the houses are fully furnished.
Fully furnished.
They even got the sheets and the blankets and everything.
That's what you guys are seeing on screen right now. It's fully furnished.
Like it's fully furnished, ready to operate an ILF. An investor saw the vision and said, I got to get in. I got a portfolio of houses. Let me help y'all do this. Hey, this is the person that I'm seeing a lot. This person is connecting with me a lot. And this person needs to, hey, let's partner now.
Hey, Shane, just to cool this down a little bit, I'm going to let you talk about this thing that you do. Hey, Shane, you do something once or twice a year because people are starting to text us now. I'm getting messages from everywhere, right? Taylor family is on fire. They have over 10 people on a 65-inch TV watching this. Shay, just to cool this down a little bit, right?
I'm sorry, Taylor.
I want you to talk about what are some of the things that you can possibly start after you get the coaching and you master now the art of housing people. If you've ever had a dream to house the homeless or the displaced or to start your own housing program, but the barrier for you was actually getting the real estate to do it in, we got something that's almost even better for you. And it's called the HRA, Business in a Box. The HRA allows you to be a housing referral agency to where you still can house the homeless and the displaced and start a housing program, but it doesn't require the real estate. You don't have to buy it, lease it, or rent it. You're going to leverage other people that actually have the real estate and then make a referral fee. So we want to give you more information about that. We have a 14-minute free webinar that breaks the HRA down. So no more an excuse of not having the house to do it or not being able to buy or rent or lease a house. Because if God is putting your heart to start this program, start it. So step number 1, get an LLC and brand it. Right? Step number 2, start getting the word out about who you are and what you do and that you offer housing. And again, after watching the HRA webinar, consider the HRA Business in a Box, because in that will be everything that you need to start your own housing program, and you never actually need the property. We're going to teach you how to leverage other people to still make your dreams come true. So the HRA Business in a Box is only $19.97. Check it out. Also, bring your questions here to YouTube so that we can answer it for you. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you catch us at. But don't forget, the HRA stands for Housing Referral Agency, and you don't need the property to still make an impact in your community. All right, let's go. So really quick, I'll recap that. And if you're new to us, the HRA is one of the greatest things ever because you don't need a property. You only need relationship. So the HRA teaches you how to do what we do, but just making referrals to people, and you still make an impact and you still make an income. Shay, talk to the people about what can you add to this once you've mastered the art of housing.
Before I do that, I want to say Instagram. Y'all got less than a minute to jump on over to YouTube to get the rest of this knowledge. I put the
come on over Instagram.
I put the link in the comments. So come on over to YouTube, Instagram. You got about 30 seconds. But technically, Derek, what I want to say is some things that I am able to do now that I'm up, running, operational, and doing well in the space is adding fun things for my for my house, for my clients, my residents, right? And that is like you see here, a spa day where I have people in the community that will donate their time and their services. And this is a benefit of having a nonprofit organization, right? This is a tax tax write-off for them. But again, this is amazing that they come and they render time, they render their services, and they also help our women feel so, oh man, like there's no words. Like
Loved.
they leave feeling empowered, they leave feeling refreshed, they leave feeling rejuvenated, they feel loved, they feel like they're a part of society. Some of these women have never even had makeup done professionally
Right.
before. Some of these women have never had a professional pedicure. Like, you don't even understand until you do an event like this how people walk away from it. And I think that is probably the that's something that's a tearjerker, Derek, because it shows you the privilege, how blessed we are, and we don't realize it until you come in contact with someone that's never experienced
Right.
the touch of a massage or the touch of a pedicure, or just even looking themselves in the mirror and saying, man, like, is this really me after having their makeup done?
Yeah.
Like, it's phenomenal. So just let your mind go wild when it comes to what you can do to make somebody's day, right? Mother's Day is coming up. I'm going to try and do something nice and fun for my ladies. But again, just think of what can you provide to your population that will make them feel invigorated. I'm trying to talk Derek into allowing some of our clients to go somewhere, but he's not with it yet. We got invited to a concert, and I'm trying to take some of the residents to concert. I was told just make a list of who's coming, and I'm trying to get Derek on board, y'all. So y'all help me, please.
This particular concert, maybe not, but
I think it will be great. I really think it will be great.
Yeah,
Because
we'll
I
see.
think it suits the population that
Yeah.
we serve.
Yeah.
But anywho,
but it still falls in line of what we're
what
talking about.
yeah.
Don't lose the vision, guys. Like,
Yeah.
we laugh and we joke and we play a lot. And a lot of you ladies get your hair done on Saturdays, your nails done on Saturdays. You get a massage every month or every other month. And sometimes we take that stuff for granted. Can you imagine giving somebody something like that that's never had a full face of makeup, never had their eyebrows arched, never had a pedicure, manicure, and you can bring these services to you.
Yeah.
We didn't have to drive them to the place. How great is it that Shay also turned this into a pizza party, an ice cream party?
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of
Big shout out to Ashley Richardson that did the makeup. Big shout out to Danae that did the nails from her company. Big shout out to Flow and Harmony that did the not only did she do what I'm gonna call what she specializes in, which is massaging, but she also brought aromatherapy. She brought spoken word, and she also brought the love and the word of God that same day. Some of these women, guys, are broken from the inside. So this is where we tell you guys, this is not just a business, guys. It's also ministry. And you don't have to be a pastor. You don't have to be a priest with your own microphone on somebody's stage. You can start as your regular person in your own community, taking people from homeless to hopeful. It's just that now that you've added this extra service, the beautiful part about it, Shay talks about it all the time, guys. It's all about partnership.
Yeah.
We have tons of partnerships. Paula White Ministries, City Serve, the Angela Denise Foundation for me, right? And Second Chance for Shay, right? How we play off of each other, and just tons of more people and community that, again, that will pour into you once you've started this. Watch this, because it's going to encourage somebody. When I said I wanted to start this in the beginning, people thought I was crazy. They called me stupid, idiot. Derek, this will never work. Derek, how you gonna open a group home with no license? Well, first of all, it's not a group home. I'm starting something that where the adults don't need my help. All they need from me is the roof over their heads, for me to keep the water on, the lights on, the gas on, and allow them to thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. So again, thank God that Shay had partnerships and relationship. We tell you guys all the time, it ain't always about your money. Sometimes it's about the relationship and other people that want to pour back into you. And yes, that's me in that chair. Y'all know I wasn't gonna have that thing going on. Now we're gonna get me a back massage, right? Y'all know I got one. Come on now. Qatar, you thought I was gonna get one of them?
Y'all, you already know Derek takes the rag off the bush every time. Yes, T, I said the rag off the bush because I know T over there with Mom Forston streaming. So yes, Derek takes it off. Derek does the most.
Absolutely, man. So again, if you guys got any questions or any concerns, we're here for about another 24 minutes or so. We want to make sure that we answer all of your questions. But again, don't forget the June 21st event. Somebody asked in the chat, is there a link to book the hotel?
Yes,
absolutely there is. So we have a room block for that. Shay, if you want to kind of guide that and shoot the link.
So absolutely. Once you book your hotel room, there's an automated response that comes to you in your email with the link so that you can book your hotel room. And we do have special rates for the duration of the event. We do have event booking.
Absolutely. Pricing. So let me see. Also, big shout out to Mom Forston, man. Mom Forston typed in something in the chat. So you guys give Mom Forston a shout out.
Mom she should have been the square right between us, Derek.
You know, hey, you know mom's all good. You know, you know what, my sister in town, y'all. So my sister in town to get a little different. So but back to the Taylor family. Taylor family wanted to know again, Derek, about that whole word of mouth thing and getting the word out. Again, ladies and gentlemen, here's another ribbon cutting and another opening to another facility. And again, guess who all of these people are? Some of them are pastors. Some of them are church leadership. Some of them are people that want to do this.
Yeah.
If you notice the lady in that black shirt with that really nice short cut style haircut, that's Mom Forston. Y'all see Mom Forston there?
Nah.
So again, other social workers, case managers, and people that want to know what this is. So for me, I call this proof of concept. Carlos, this is proof of concept, bro. So when people say, well, Derek, how do you get people to know about it? Guys, I've been a social worker so long, and I used to see people hide their product, hide their housing because they was ashamed of it. They didn't want people to see the rats and the roaches. Mr. Carlos, I'm completely different, sir. I want people to see what this is. And because I was a social worker, big bro, and I saw that so many people did this the wrong way, I wanted to be able to present to people what it looks like. Because I got stuff on my YouTube channel right now, if you go way back 2 and 3 years ago, of case managers telling you how they go into these houses and they'll roll their socks over their pants legs. They don't sit on the furniture. They don't want a bottle of water out the refrigerator. They don't want anything to eat. They don't want to sit down. Social workers come to my place and they relax on the patio. They want water. They want coffee. They sit on the sofa because they're comfortable. It looks good. It smells good. It feels good. Yeah. You know how many people have walked into our place this week and said, Derek, we've been to some other places, but what you and Shay present here, there's such a brightness. It's airy. It's not heavy. We've left 3 other places today, and there was a heaviness over that place. You guys got such a freedom that flows here. Do y'all know what that is? I'm going to pause. Does anybody know what that freeness is? Does anybody know what that, wow, it feels really like something feels good in here? Shay, can you tell them what that is essentially?
Prayer.
And the love of God.
A lot
that
of
resonates all through that place.
Prayer and presence. Okay.
Because here's the cheat code, right? Here's some free coaching. Before we move into anybody into that facility, we pray over the threshold, all of the rooms, and we pour oil on the outside of the house and anoint that place. Because first of all, this is God's place. This is God's business. God is just allowing me, Miss Regina, to be a partner inside of this. So my prayer sounds like this. God, thank you so much for being the CEO of my business. And thank you for allowing me to be a good steward over it. One of my main mentors, he always pushes me to pray for God to allow me to be a good steward.
Have to be. Yeah.
To be a good manager over what God gives me. God doesn't give money to the unmanaged. That's another quote that you can take from me. Take it to the bank. God gives money and resources and ideas to where there's management. Where there's a lack of management, Tim, you can't make things happen. Because God's scared to give it to you because you don't know how to manage it. God started this whole earth and didn't allow anything to blossom or grow on it because there was no manager. That was in the Bible. That scripture now, not Derek.
No.
And somebody said, boy, there he go again. He'll preach. I ain't no preacher.
Tiffany, do you hear your brother?
But Tiffany, God started this whole earth. And somewhere in that Bible in Genesis, it says that he didn't allow anything to grow or come about because there was no manager in place. That's how he created Adam, guys. Oh my God, somebody gonna get it, Shay, on the ride home. Did they may not get it now, Shay? Somebody gonna get this, Shay, on the ride home. Rita is also benefiting. No, not Rita, because Shay, I'm about to mix her story up with Angela.
Right.
Before I do that, though, somebody says, well, Derek, how you guys are getting these properties? Well, we ask. And for a long time, I never told people kind of how to do this outside of our coaching product. But today it's in the ebook. And it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. And it's the exact strategies of how do you get a house that some guy raised his 3 kids in, his wife, and they got married in the backyard.
Right.
There's an attachment to the house. So how do you rent this place and say, hey, man, I want to rent your house because I'm going to put 8 people in here. First of all, we don't say that. Through our coaching, we give you the way to present this thing.
Yeah.
But lucky for y'all, this is not in my coaching anymore. It's also just a regular ebook now. The greatest part about this ebook, though, it also comes with a role play. Meaning my big brother and I, my late big brother, actually. If you guys are new to us, you may not know this, but my brother and I taught this together for many years. And just this past November, right? My brother actually passed away. God rest his soul. My brother is the co-founder of all of this. My brother is also the guinea pig. So on the funny side of it, when I first got this and I learned it, my brother was the first person I tested it on. So we had a t-shirt line that was called Thank God for the Guinea Pig. Some of y'all need a guinea pig in your life for the things that you're trying to do. But anyway, my brother was the guinea pig, and my brother showed people, how do you keep your job and do this? Yeah. See, because Carlos, I thought I was cute. Regina, I thought I was cute because when I got 3 of these, Regina, I resigned from my job and I left because I knew without a doubt this is what I would do for the rest of my life. Now, my brother, his nickname was Double Up. Meaning my brother would have had several entrepreneurship type things going on. He had a job and he had this ministry. So my brother always taught you guys from the angle, how do you keep your job and do this? Derek always talk about leave your job, leave your job. My brother whole angle was, how can we keep this job? Regina, you might got a job that you love. You might have a job that don't take away from the time of what God has called you to do. But some of us, we can't stay on our job and do the thing God has called us to do. Sure. Shay, I couldn't stay a social worker. No. I couldn't have stayed on that job, Shay, because our life would be messed up. So here's another gem for everybody. Find your purpose in life. Yeah. And if you struggle, watch this. Here's another gem. If you're struggling to find your purpose in life, watch this. You can never lose with pleasing God, helping people, being respected by your community, and making enough money to feed your family. That's what we kind of build our whole life on. No matter what I get involved with, the key principle is that I want to please God, because if I do that, Shay, no matter what I put my hands on, He gonna bless it. Yeah. If I help people, I realize that, y'all, whatever business you're thinking about starting, allow it to surround helping people. I also want my community to respect me while I'm doing it. Yeah. I jokingly tell people I was a nobody just 7-8 years ago. And I mean that kind of jokingly. But today, the way that I'm viewed today from my church, my community, different government agencies, case managers and social workers, hospitals throughout the city and the state view me in a particular way, y'all. And that's what I mean by please God, help people, be respected by my community. And see, some of y'all are afraid of this last statement. Y'all, I want to make a bunch of money doing it. And it's not for a selfish gain to go out and buy cars and ships and boats, but it's to continue to build the kingdom of God. Because again, somewhere in that Bible, it says, if I focus on the kingdom, if I build the kingdom, if I put all my efforts towards doing God's will, not Derek's plan, Yahweh, not y'all's way. If I go with that, Shay, that's powerful, Shay. It says that all of these things will be added unto me. That's all y'all wishes and y'all wants. That is your Mercedes and your cars. Yeah. But if you focus on the kingdom, and this is why I love this model, Shay, because guess what this model is? It's ministry. The Bible says, Shay, not me, that the poor, the needy, and the widow will always be among us. Mm-hmm. There will always be somebody that'll need this housing model, y'all.
Yeah.
Shay, it also says that like we are to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. My wife told y'all 18 minutes ago that she's housing elderly women that are not widowed. Shay, talk about real quick as you mix in that these next few topics and how they'll be covered at the June 21st event.
Oh, absolutely. Again, these are where phone calls come from, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the phones ring from. How do we tie this in at the event? We're going to have representatives, look, Derek.
Mhm.
We're going to literally have representatives from these organizations come and speak to you about their need, right? It's great when you hear Derek and I say, there's a need. Case managers need you. They need your help. They need you to, to provide the service. Why not bring those individuals to you and let them tell you what their needs are? What are they seeing in their day to day? What are the barriers to obtaining the appropriate housing for their clients or their patients? This is why we're bringing these individuals to this event so that you can ask those questions and get a better understanding of how you can take this, whether you're here in Orlando, whether you're in Georgia, whether you're in Oklahoma, whether you are in Nebraska. It does not matter. The situation is the same across the board, and these individuals have affiliates and associations outside of just their local demographic, and they're going to be able to speak from that standpoint, not just on a local level but even from a national level, because again, they're going to the conferences, they're going to all of these like case manager, social worker events where people are discussing this same issue. As I'm telling you, as a person that was in healthcare leadership, I went to conferences upon conferences all over this nation. And guess what? We talked about the same exact problems that we were having here in Orlando, the person in Alabama was having, the person in Kentucky was having. And what did we do with those conferences? We sat down, we mastermind. What is the plan? How do we move from this issue to a possible a possible resource or a way to fix it? And let me tell you something. I can guarantee you that the ILF model has been in a lot of conversations at a lot of these conferences based on the connections, Derek, that we have throughout all of these organizations, and not with just your hand, like the staff member. We're talking about leadership positions and roles that we meet with, that we have conversations with, that we talk to about what we do and why we do it. We invite them into the home so they can see this is it, and not just a brand new home. We're going to take them to a home that's been active and operating for years,
Absolutely.
so they can see that, hey, you saw a brand new one, check out this one that's been lived in for 6 years. No difference. No difference. And that is what happens with this model. What we're doing is we're getting the word out. We're allowing the recipients, or the people that are on the receiving end, which is our case managers and social workers, as well as the clients, go and spread the word. They're now taking it to their communities. And I'm not just talking about their local communities. They're taking this information to conferences and all of these great things. And they're talking about, hey, well, we have this in our city, and this is who we refer to, and we refer to them constantly because they're a great resource for us. Oh, really? Let me see if they have that in my city.
Mhm.
Can you send me that number of your people? Because if they know, do they know of anybody else? And that's when they say, yeah, well, our the people in our city actually train up people, and they have 300 and something plus nationwide. Really? Are they in my area? Here's their number. That's what happens in this situation. And this is why we say this event, this event,
So tie it
this
all together.
event, this event. I cannot keep saying how much we talk about this, Derek, but when you hear it from the horse's mouth,
That's it. We're bringing the social workers and we're bringing the case
I
manager.
mean,
We're going to bring the people to you that are begging for this product. How
yeah.
great is it that you can attend an event that
Mm.
what you're trying to do and what you're going to start in the name of Jesus, that the
Yeah.
people that I'm bringing, they want it, right? So I'm bringing the social workers, I'm bringing the
Yep.
case manager to tell you how to present it to them, what you should be saying, what you should not be saying. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information. But just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, let's jump back into it. So big shout out again to the Taylor family that has, again, over 10 people that are watching us on the 65-inch screen TV. We appreciate that. You guys are new to us, so we love new people. So don't forget, any question, any concerns, let us know. He's also texting in some of his stuff, and he said, Derek, can you just show a little short example of maybe where does this exist? Taylor family, just like I told you guys, Dan, this exists everywhere. In fact, put a number 1 in the chat if you've seen homelessness in your city.
Right.
Guys, it's not that hard to find. But Taylor family, watch this. Even though as a social worker, right, I also didn't know that most of the homeless people that we see, they actually have a guaranteed income. So I didn't know that. I thought people that were homeless because they didn't have money. But a lot of times, guys, the guy that's holding that sign at the red light talking about he'll work for food or please give me money or help, guys, sometimes, believe it or not, that same guy has a guaranteed job. Take a look.
To a 2022 report, an estimated 359 veterans across our state face homelessness.
Transitions Homeless Shelter is opening a new dorm to help get some of those veterans off the streets. News 19's Becky Buds reports.
2 months ago, Navy veteran Zachariah Shaheed found himself without a place to live before Transitions Homeless Center took him in.
Concrete is not somewhere anyone wants to be.
Shaheed was one of the 359 veterans across South Carolina facing homelessness, according to the latest National Point-in-Time Homeless Report.
I'm just thankful and grateful that I've become one that's not of that statistic now.
A new dorm at Transitions aims to bring that number down in Columbia.
28 more beds, 28 more options. That's going to help put a dent in the problem.
CEO Craig Curry says the program is providing 2 case managers, mental health services, food, addiction services, and more to each veteran. Each veteran will be able to stay for around 3 months.
In the end, you really want to place people into permanent housing, which is the name of the game.
Curry says
And the point, Shay, that I always like to make right there, and I'm going to bring this screen close to us, right? If you just watch what I put on that screen just now, that's a great program. But you, as somebody that wants to do this, that's an example of the people that you connect with. Did you also hear the guy say that they can stay for 3 months? What happens when they call, I'm going to call graduate?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you build relationships with that place or that kind of place? You saw the setup and what it looks like. You saw the kind of guy that they were talking about, Mr. Shaheed. Why wouldn't any of you want to house him? He fits our model of the independent adult. Notice he wasn't talking all crazy. He wasn't slobbering from the mouth. He wasn't jumping all off the walls.
Right.
He wasn't being disruptive. He's a regular, everyday Joe, just like you and I. So that title today says the difference between a group home and a shared housing model. Guys, most of the time, the guy in the group home, he's not able to be independent at all. Somebody's got to feed him. Somebody's got to bathe him. Somebody's got to make sure that he takes his medication so that the mental health stays intact.
Get him to his
Shaheed don't need any of that. Shaheed needs a roof over his head, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we're offering. We're offering a shared living environment, Shay, for adults who are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Now, Katara, I'll let you preface that. Go ahead.
I just want to say this, but look at how powerful this is, right? Before we even knew when we pulled this footage, Katara already had the partnership. So guess who's getting the phone call on month 3?
Katara, can you put in the chat where you're
God.
located in case the people missed it in terms of that video? They just told y'all before we knew Qatar was in the area, this was already a video that we queued up because somebody said, well, Derek, show it to me in South Carolina. So if you want me to pull a video from your city and feature it next week, let me know. Because it exists everywhere.
Everywhere.
The next one I think was in California, and there was another one. But again, guys, I only do this to show you guys the example of this. This is everywhere. And what most of y'all probably didn't know is that the homeless guy that you think homeless because he don't have money, guys, he gets a guaranteed income that's called SSI or SSDI. It's a government stipend, Mr. Carlos, that they get every month without fail. Nothing stops it. One more video and I'll be back with Shay.
One Atlanta city councilman says the city's homeless population seems to have grown and become more aggressive. And he points to what he calls deplorable behavior at the world's busiest airport. Fox 5's Anjali Proctor takes a closer look at the problem and how the city council might handle it.
If you have been in downtown Atlanta near the connector or out at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport lately, you have likely seen that the homeless problem is growing. One Atlanta City Council person says it's time to address it.
What's going on in the airport is horrible. It is deplorable.
I'm going to just stop right there. Who would have ever thought the people of Atlanta that were homeless would actually go to the airport and hang out and camp out? Shay, on you.
Because it's the busiest airport I believe in the U.S.
They're trying to be incognito, Shay, or what they're trying to do? Like,
I don't even know how it's. Derek, we're seeing that it's possible because they're doing it, right? But now it's like, where are our housing providers at? Like, what are we doing? Where are we? Why are we not going and dropping off flyers at the airport? Why are we not going and doing assessments at the airport?
Why we're not joining the local COC? Why we're not connecting to the local homeless shelter that has all the programs already tied to it? Why we're not signing up for free Facebook groups? Because if you don't make it to June, I'm giving you the game now. Notice how we do this, guys.
Nah, make them come to June.
So no. Say, what I'm saying is, regardless if they come, the promise we made 7 years ago to God that we'll teach this regardless, that's what I'm doing now. But I want to see them, Shay, in Orlando, June 21st, June 22nd at a Hotel Landy. The Hotel Landy, again, steps away from Universal Studios. We're telling people to make it a vacation, right? Bring your family. Oh, and by the way, any premium product that's purchased, in fact, I was just talking to Miss Bobby, her and her husband. In fact, I think she texted me that they're ready now. But if you purchase any of our premium stuff, like the ILF Master Blueprint, the one-on-one coaching, the ICC, which ends on the 14th to purchase that, or the DIY, Shay, they actually come to the June event complimentary.
Yep.
So, guys, if you've never heard us say that, or if you're new to us,
general admission ticket to join us.
Again, if you purchase our do-it-yourself version of our ILF Master Blueprint, or if you get the ILF Master Blueprint coaching or the ICC, that's a very special thing. It's only 10 people that we're taking. That ends on the 14th. That's in 3 days. That's essentially, guys, our ILF Mastery Blueprint coaching. Instead of paying that 15 grand or the 7,500, there's 10 people that were taken that will only pay $2,700. And that involves the group coaching and the one-on-one coaching. If you want any information on the ICC program, I'm going to have a commercial for it, but essentially text the word ICC to 407-326-0086. Hey, what's going on, family? I got a special offer, and this is only for 10 people. So you've heard me talk about the ILF Mastery Blueprint before, right? We have something now that's called the ICC, the ILF Cohort Collective. And this is where I'm going to take a special group of 10 people. And this is a one-time thing, right? So if this is something you want, make sure you act on it. But we're taking a small group of 10 people, and instead of paying the 15 grand or the 7,500 for the ILF Mastery Blueprint one-on-one coaching, we're literally giving it to you guys for only $2,700. It's going to be a 6-month program. Your June event on the 21st, that's actually involved in it. So your complimentary ticket to the June event, we give it to you. And there's a lot of things that we're going to add to this program. And again, guys, I'm only taking 10 people. So if you want more information about this or to be added to the waiting list, because this starts May 1st, text the word ICC to 407-326-0086. And again, guys, essentially, you're going to be able to get the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the one-on-one coaching, for only $2,700. And I'm super excited that this is a special group. And again, this is a one-time offer. So if you want to take part of this, or if you want more information and to be added to the wait list, again, text ICC to 407-326-0086. And we look forward to talking to you about it.
Let's go.
All right, let's jump back into it, Shay. Any questions about the June event that I may have missed, Shay? We got some of those frequently asked questions up. A lot of people are asking, can they upgrade their ticket once they've purchased?
Absolutely.
So if you've purchased a general admission ticket and you said, man, you know what? I do want that elite dinner. I want that one-day masterclass, and you want to upgrade to that elite ticket, no problem. You can just let our team know, or you can use that same text messaging system, that 407-326-0086, or just call us. Like, we're super wide open. Our team is usually available Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. Most of you all have talked to Jess at some point. So again, if you need anything from us, feel free to call. But again, we're here every Monday, we're here every Tuesday, and we're here every Saturday. And again, I want to just say thank you to all of the new people that joined us. I think I seen Miss Angela from Arkansas here. I think I seen Miss Bobby, her and her husband. Mr. Carlos was also new to us. So again, we love new people. We got a free gift for you. Again, if you just type the word new to 407-326-0086. Again, we got a free gift for you. And again, for the Taylor family that joined us a little bit later, they said, well, Derek, what does it look like? You're showing us a lot of the pictures of the inside. What does the outside look like? This picture of probably of everything I'm getting ready to show you is probably our favorite. This is the house that Shay just purchased and did a rehab project on that I was over. And this is now the Angela Denise Foundation's brand new ILF for the women. But this is what it looked like before Shay painted it, replaced the roof, and did the whole inside. So Shay, as I go through these pictures, if you can queue up your new house, if you have it, we can show them that as well. But this is the ugly green color and that ugly sky blue at the top that it was prior, before we actually rehabbed it. And I'm super excited because now everybody knows Second Chance Housing for actually housing the homeless and the displaced. But I'm super excited that we now do full-blown rehab projects, both residential and commercial. So the same people, guys, essentially, that did all the work for us, that's our crew. And that's who we have do a lot of our rehab projects. They've now have teamed up with Second Chance Housing. So we now offer rehab projects, no matter if it's residential, commercial, everything from small things like pressure washing to sheetrock work, painting, interior, exterior, anything that you can think of, guys. And on the heavier side for the commercial, we even do striping for parking lots, milling, meaning destroying the whole road and repaving it. My crew does all of that stuff. We do complete apartment turnovers, and we also travel. So no matter if you're in Florida, Arkansas, California, my team travels as well. So, but back to the Taylor family, this is what it looks like. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath home. This is a mobile home. We get this question all the time. Taylor family, don't worry about that trash now. That was trash day. And the for sale sign, the same person that asked us, Derek, could I buy a mobile home to do this? Guess what's inside of this place now? An independent living facility. Or you can get a large one. So I have pretty much everything in between of what you see on these screens. Now, I'll admit, I don't have a mobile home yet. I don't have a trailer yet, but I will. Hopefully a whole community. But it can be a nice house like this. And Taylor family, Miss Regina, this is my favorite one. The 4-bed, 2-bath model, because the 8 count for me is the perfect number.
And for Miss Regina, go ahead and text new to that phone number, 407 what is it? 326-0086.
Yep.
So go ahead and text that, and you will get a response that's going to ask you to fill out a little brief details. I see that a few people have done it today, but don't forget to do the next step so you can get that free gift.
Absolutely.
We definitely want you to get that free gift.
And this 4-bed, 2 model for me, guys, and watch how I separate Shay and I again. Watch this. For me, at Second Chance Housing, 4-bed, 2-bath for me means that I'm going to put 8 people in this place. 8 people that would have been homeless without me and my program now live here. Yep. We're also known as a one-stop shop, Miss Regina. My guys don't pay lights and water and cable and Wi-Fi. My price for a shared living environment or that shared room, which looks just like this, starts at $700 per bed. starts at $700 per bed. Okay? A room that looks like this, Shay, which is the private suite, for me, Shay, may start out at $960 per room. But watch this, back to the beginning, because I'm gonna let Shay break down how she does it. Now, for me, my wish all the time is that if I get this 4-bed, 2-bath home, I'm taking 8 people from homeless to hopeful. Shay may not do that.
No.
Shay, tell the people how you may do and how you mix in that private and that suite model. Talk about it.
So my ultimate reasoning for doing what I do is to minimize the personalities in a home, right? Especially when it comes to women. So what I technically do is I kind of divvy it up based on one, the number of calls I'm getting and what the community needs, right? But for the most part, I'm going to say this very loosely. I never do 2 per room in every room. Too many women, too many personalities, too much work, a lot of headache. Not going to do it, right? But what I do is I assess the needs, and based on the calls that come in, I literally review it that way, Derek. So I can say, okay, if I'm noticing that I'm having a higher call volume of people wanting private rooms, I know how to kind of mix it up a little bit. To make sure that I'm meeting my financial obligations, as well as being able to put funds back into program resources. So check that out. I don't say put money back in my pocket. Remember, I'm a nonprofit organization, so no money comes back into my pocket. It goes back into program. So what I do is make sure that we have enough to kind of stabilize what the organization's goal is, as well as making sure that the house is stable as well in regards to finances. So that's how I make that decision. And I make sure I set a bottom line, Derek, of what I don't want to be underneath. And that helps me to pretty much look at the house, assess the rooms, assess the sizes, and be able to say, okay, I can do this with 3 privates. I can do this with 2 privates, a suite, and 2 shared, right? It'll make sense. So, but it's all about my math. My math has to be mathing, and then also assessing it by what the calls are coming in as. And again, I also look at it from a financial standpoint in regards to what are my ladies, what's the average amount of money that this population can afford. If I'm not working with a program, if I am not having donor support for this client, what does that look like? What is the financial status of these individuals on a scale? And that will help me also figure out the rental income and then what decision I need to make based on bed count.
I love it. So again, back to that favorite model for me. This is just my favorite model, Shay, is that 4-bed, 2-bath. Because again, I could take 8 people preferably. But I'll admit, one of my 4-bed, 2-baths right now is not 8 people. I have 2 rooms that are private.
Correct.
And remember, it's going to come from that conversation that sounds like this. Mr. Derek, man, I'm 63 years old, man. I've never shared a room. Like, I'm a grown man, bro. Like, I got to share a room. No, sir, you don't have to. Because remember, in this ILF model, there's 3 different accommodations: shared, private, and again, private suite. So again, for us, this is shared. This right here is still shared. But that private suite or that private room, Shay, the private room means, again, Shay, tell them what a private room is.
A private room is just that room. You share the bathroom, you share all the other amenities as well. But a private room is exactly that. You get a private room.
What is a private suite, Shay?
A suite. A private suite is a room with an ensuite. Now, check this out, Derek. I have a suite, but it's a shared suite.
Talk about it. How'd you do that? What does that mean?
My master has a private bathroom. So guess what? That's a shared room with the private bathroom that only the persons in that suite will utilize.
Yep.
So I have a shared suite.
And Shay, just to give them a little bit of insight, because nobody does this other than us.
Yeah.
Most of y'all know that Shay houses really older women. But watch this. Shay, can you give them the age range between the 2 people that are in that shared suite?
Oh, geez.
And give them an example of how the assessment allowed you to make that decision.
29 and 62.
Exactly.
29 and 62, if my math is right. Yeah.
Okay.
29 and 62.
Now, normally, Shay, does it always look like that, Shay?
No.
Why did that work for you, Shay, being that they're so far apart in distance and age?
the relationship that they had. Not even that they had, but what I realized is the individual personalities. So I assessed based on personality. I know this young lady is someone that doesn't like to be around the younger population because of her past.
Okay.
And the individual that's in the room, the older client, is more nurturing. She's very nurturing. She's very motherly without being overbearing. So I realized that that was probably a very good dynamic, other than putting her in the room with my other client who's very she's not mean, but she's stark, she's stern, she's short, like her conversations are really abrupt. And if you don't know her, it's hard to kind of navigate. It's very hard. And she has a hearing impairment, right? So prime example, Derek, we went to the house the other day. She just knocked off from work, and the first thing she said is, "Hi, I'm not having a good day. Just I don't need no, just no." And that was her response. Okay, because we know her, but within 2 minutes, completely different person. Hey, sorry guys, it's been a long day. It's really been a rough day, Shay. I don't know, I can't put that young lady in that atmosphere because I know her history, I know her background. So if I put her in that, that's just going to trigger a response from past life lived, right? And that's how I made that decision, Derek, ultimately. By knowing the people you house, you have, like, I spend time at my house. I hang out. I sit on the couch. We hang out. So I know their personalities. I go around them enough so that before I do an assessment, I know, oh, this person is not going to be a fit. No, I don't need two personalities like this in one house under one roof. Heck, not even in the same zip code. Can't do it. Like, these are the things that you have to implement so that you can do a great assessment. And that's thanks to my coach. Thanks, coach.
You're welcome. That's what I do. So again, if you just joined us again, we always say, but thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. We usually close at about 11:30, but I want to just make sure that we answered all the questions and all the concerns. We don't want to leave anybody out. There's a lot of new people that's been joining us a lot here lately. Don't forget, guys, also join our free Facebook group. We literally just started that. And it's called the ILF Academy. Again, the ILF Academy, absolutely free group. In fact, we'll probably be going live there very soon again. And again, if you have any questions, especially my newer people, there's a lot of people that do get this, but my new folks, that's kind of where the ILF Academy is for, to continue to show you guys what this model is, how you do it, and how everything that you've probably heard in the past in terms of you needing a license, having to own the property, you got to get a sprinkler system, you got to call DC up to do a walkthrough, and blah, 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 blah. The independent living facility model, guys, doesn't require a license. You don't have to own the property. And again, guys, you don't have to pretend to be a nurse or a doctor or an LPN or a CNA. There is no requirements other than a big heart for people, a love for God. And again, if you love real estate, ding, 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 right? Game over. So again, this is guys, is real estate, is social services, and the love for God all mixed into one. This is not a group home. This is not an ALF that requires a license and permission. I can do this without having to ask anybody, because the people that we're serving, ladies and gentlemen, remember, they're completely independent. They don't need me to cook their bologna sandwich, right? I don't have to go buy an 18-passenger van and try to bill Medicaid. I don't bill Medicaid. I don't talk to Medicare. Our people receive SSI or SSDI, or they have a job at McDonald's, a job at Sonny's Barbecue, a job at Burger King, a job as a substitute school teacher, a job as a parole officer. You would be amazed at the kind of people that we're housing today. When we first started this, guys, I only housed a mental health person.
Yep.
Meaning that he had mental health, meaning depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, or something of that nature. Mm-hmm. But now, with just the way the world is going and how things are so expensive, we're now today housing the everyday Joe. The guy that has an everyday job, he worked 9 to 5 just like y'all do, but he can't afford his own apartment. He can't afford his own house. And that's a lot of what we're seeing now, guys, is the population of people that have a job, They look good, they smell good, and they've been on their job for 10 years.
Exactly.
But can't afford to live in their own place. And that's where you guys come in at now. Shay told you guys about 27 minutes ago how you guys are now the resource. God is the ultimate source and uses us as the resource to help his people. And one more time, if you want to see a business model that'll change your life, put God first and then help people. Because remember what we live by. We want to please God. We want to help people. We want to be respected by the community while we're doing it. And I want to make a bunch of money so that I can keep building the kingdom of God and keep getting houses at the houses and at the houses to continue the ministry. Guys, remember, money follows ministry.
Yep.
Money also follows mastery. And we've mastered the art of shared housing, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it's an environment, not a group home. An environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff or medical oversight or a license.
So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook, to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them, that we're available.
Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro?
David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way, where did you get that hoodie? I like that. Oh, this? I got this from Second Chance Apparel. I'll put the link below. This is for aspiring entrepreneurs. And the reason why I love to support it is that every shirt or hoodie that you purchase goes back into housing the homeless.
All right, let's go. Give it up for David and Dennis, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be like David, guys. David is a little hard-headed. He don't quite get it all the time. But what I love about David, he don't mind asking questions. So again, guys, I want to give it back over to Shay. We're getting ready to start closing out. But I just want to make sure that whether you just joined 2 minutes ago or you've been here the whole time, thank you so much. And don't forget that we are showing you guys a housing model that does not require a license, and you don't have to own the property. So most of you guys have dreamt of starting a group home. We're not doing that. Most of y'all have heard about an ALF. We're not doing that. That stuff takes too much time, right? It's a lot of red tape to get into it. Not saying you can't start one later. Just ask Miss Francesca Dawson, her and her husband.
Yeah.
They also have a licensed facility that took 3 years to open. They met me one day and opened an ILF probably 3 months later and have, I think, 4 of those right now. So again, not saying don't open your group home. Don't get your ALF. But if you want to get started right now, this is it. Because again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, especially June 21st, Shay, we're going to take your idea and show you guys how to implement it. So again, on this screen, guys, it isn't rocket science. This is a shared housing model, again, where adults are able to live and thrive, Ms. Shay, without the need for staff and or medical oversight. I do this from a LLC standpoint, right? Shay is a nonprofit organization called the Angela Denise Foundation. Shay, bless the people any way you want to before we go. Share anything you want to share, and we'll get these folks out of here.
Absolutely. I just want to say, again, I look forward to seeing you all in June. Very excited about this ILF conference. It's our inaugural ILF conference. This is going to be an event you don't want to miss, right? With information that you'll be so excited to walk away with. And again, tell a friend, share it around your church, around your job, around your workplace, wherever you want to go, and share the news. Tell them to join us here June 21st and 22nd, and just learn what is needed in your community when it comes to housing. Again, I look forward to seeing you all there, and don't wait to be great. Please don't wait. Don't wait to be great. I promise you, you'll be super excited if you don't wait.
That's good stuff. So Shay, thank you so much. I appreciate you as well for always being here with me, putting up with my loud mouth. So guys, I hope that we said something today that truly touched either you, your heart, or your family's heart. So big shout out again to the Taylor family that joined us, with a lot of their family members there, and probably 2 of their church leadership people as well. So again, share this word, guys, to your family, your friends, your church leadership. Somebody share this room today. If it was my wish, it would be every one of you all, right? Share it to your personal page, but share it to somebody that loves God, loves people, but the person always that loved real estate. Show them how now that they can turn their real estate business into a ministry. And God really loves that, because again, man, my mom always says it, right? If you want to see the hand of God really move in your life, help his people, right? And that's why every business that we have is really a ministry, because every business that I have and that we operate and run is all surrounded by helping people. And I just think, seriously, guys, that's the cheat code to life and business, that if you can find something, again, that can help people and that God is ultimately pleased with it. Because if God pleased with it, it's hard to lose that way anyway.
Very hard to.
So again, man, our one-on-one coaching is also available for people that can't make it to June. I talked to several people this week. In fact, 2 of them have already bought the DIY product, so they can't make it to the June event. Well, you said, Derek, I can't come to June, bro, but I still want this coaching. The first way is just come every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern right here. Subscribe every Tuesday right here, 6 p.m. and every Saturday, 10 a.m. If you guys give me 2 hours of your time in the morning, like today is probably a little bit over that, but I try to give you guys at least 90 minutes of this, because I promised God many years ago, God, if you make this work for me, and God, if I can quit my job to do this, I promise I'll go all over the world teaching it to people, and I'll never take any credit. So God is good. He's the reason for all of this. And without God, I'm nothing. But with God, I can do all things, and I look genius with him. So, and thank you for all of the people that take our coaching, people that do move at the speed of instruction, because you guys make us look genius when you do it and you make it work. And again, it's not that I'm some genius, but we've been through so many bumps and bruises to get it right, that when you guys follow it, again, it just looks genius when you do it. And man, and when God blow on it, game is over. So don't forget, man, keep God first in your life as well, because the Taylor family also asks kind of what's the order of things. Keep God first. The very next thing is virtual assistants. We usually talk about that on Tuesdays. Virtual assistants, guys, are the absolute cheat code to your life and your business, right? So if you've never experienced having or hiring a virtual assistant, possibly at $5 an hour, that's the cheat code. Because guys, where they live at, $5 an hour is a lot of money for them. But where we live at, $5 an hour is very affordable, and it allows you to scale and grow your business while some of you guys are at work. Most of y'all got full-time jobs Monday through Friday. So it's hard to do a lot of the things that God has called you to do without somebody helping you. And we discovered about 2.5 years ago, man, that virtual assistants that are out of the Philippines, Nigeria, Pakistan, Egypt, and that's kind of where my team is from. God, they're the cheat code, and they allow Shay and I to be really great at what we do. Shay and I are good at what we do, but we're great with the help of God and those virtual assistants. Hey, what's going on, family? Are you somebody that needs some help in your life or your business? Are you somebody that has a lot of ideas, but you can't quite get them out? You probably need a virtual assistant, guys. And again, at $5 an hour, that's an absolute cheat code for you, your life, your family, and your business. because oftentimes these virtual assistants guys can do a lot of what we can't, and they often come with a bachelor or a master's degree. So when it comes to the educational side of it, guys, these VAs are, again, the cheat code to everything that you're probably looking for. Most of you guys have a full-time job, so it's hard to kind of implement a lot of the ideas that God is giving you or the ideas that are in your heart. You should be visiting va101.co to get a virtual assistant that can help you in your life and your business and get some of these ideas out of your brain onto paper and then to implementation. One more time, visit va101.co, not .com, but va101.co, and get a virtual assistant, guys, for $5 an hour. It's the cheat code, and it'll be the best decision that you ever made. I promise. All right. All right. So thank y'all so much again. We appreciate it. I'm going to let you guys go. You guys be great. Don't wait to be great. And we'll see you guys Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Bring all of your questions. Share this room with somebody today. And again, if God has put on your heart to house, folks, don't ignore that. That's going to be the cheat code to your life, as well as the cheat code for other people that's praying at night for the thing that you're supposed to start. So my brother used to always say that, man, somebody's blessing is tied into what you're supposed to do. So start this program, start this ministry. And again, if you go to a house of worship on Sundays, make sure you don't miss tomorrow. Honor your mom. I want to give this time to shout out all the moms, all the grandmothers, the aunties, the big sisters, anybody that stepped in to play a mother role for anybody. We salute you today. Mom Forston, Miss Margaret Forston, Mom Forston, my mom, I love you. I appreciate you on a live recorded stage. My mom means a lot to me, right? So I could be a knucklehead as a son, but without my mom, boy, life will be tough. So again, man, love on your mom tomorrow. Tell her that you love her. And if you've lost your mom, our sympathy and our prayers also go out to you. But also show love to an aunt, to a grandmother or a sister or somebody. Just show respect to somebody tomorrow that's a mom. Big shout out to my sister, Tiffany Forston Map. Big shout out to her beautiful kids. My brother-in-law's also in town. So again, man, everybody have a great day tomorrow. But again, man, go to church tomorrow and tell God, say, God, I heard that guy talk about this thing with the housing people. And God, he seemed like he pretty cool, him and his family. But God, if he's who, like he's supposed to be the guide and teach me, God, make the way easy. So I'm not trying to tell y'all how to pray, but I want to be the best coach and the best consultant that you've ever seen. But I also want God to help you move at the speed of instruction to make this dream that he already put in your heart come to pass. So with that being said, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Amen, amen, amen. You guys be great. Don't wait to be great. And we'll see you guys Monday at 6 p.m. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I finally did what you guys been asking me to do for probably about 2 or 3 years now. We get a lot of questions for people that says, Derek, do you just sell the paperwork? Derek, do you have a do-it-yourself version? And guys, I'll admit, we've never had that. We truly believe in the one-on-one coaching, but the more that we listen to you all as our customers and as our family, my job is to do what you guys need, which is a lot of people have been asking for the do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. So guys, we've done that. So for only $2,497, we've created a version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint where you can actually do it at your own pace. And again, everything's involved except for me being the one-on-one coach. So again, one more time, we want to offer to you guys a do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And you guys can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB-DIY. And that's for people that says, Derek, I just want the paperwork. And Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching. I want to do this at my own self-pace. And guys, we've listened. So we've developed the ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version. And again, for only under $2,500, that's a no-brainer. And that is something that you want. You guys can either visit the website or simply just text my team DIY to the phone number 407-326-0086. One more time, you can text the word DIY to 407-326-0086, and we'll get you the information that you need to be able to move forward so that you can do it at your own pace. Have a great day, and we'll see you at the top. Hey, what's going on, family? I'm super excited because June 21st and 22nd is the 2024 ILF conference. That's right. We're super excited because it's in Orlando, Florida this year. So guys, if you ever thought about starting your own housing program, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is the event for you. If you're a real estate investor and you're looking for a better way to serve people and actually make more money and also have a bigger impact in your community, this event is exactly what this is. 2024, the ILF conference, guys, is going to show you how we take people from homeless to hopeful and it not be a group home or an assisted living facility. We're going to teach you guys how we start unlicensed group homes, which we've trademarked independent living facility. And again, you guys are going to visit forstonconsultants.com for more information, but you're definitely going to visit ilfconference.com to get the information for the June event. There'll be a general admission ticket. We got some VIP tickets, and we have 15 elite tickets for people that want a little bit extra just versus being at the event. That comes with also a one-day mastermind and a lot of other stuff. But definitely go and check out ilfconference.com for more information. And don't meet me there, beat me there.
Otis Forston of North Park.
Hey, let's go. Hey, check us out. Y'all ready to be great? All right. So y'all say let's be. Y'all say great. Let's be. Let's be. Let's be. All right, let's get it, D. Wow.
In life, things are going to always happen, right? Life is going to get in the way sometimes, but we got to move forward, right? We got to continue to move forward, no matter what that looks like. Some days we're going to run, some days we're going to walk, and some days we're going to crawl. And guys, there's going to be some days the only thing that we're going to be able to do is lean forward, right? But it's super important that we move forward, right? And continue to to grind, continue to ask God for his help and his grace. Because one thing about God's grace is so sufficient that it will carry us through our toughest journeys. So I just want to come to you guys today and encourage you guys, no matter what happens, even when life gets in the way, let's move forward.
People on this earth are waiting for you to get started. They got money, they got provisions, they got furniture, and they got a house for y'all. But they